We are back. How have you been?
I've been good. I was going to ask you a question to start this off.
Go on.
So, is there one thing you wish you got told before you got married?
Don't do it.
Why?
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
Don't.
Why?
Well, obviously I was young. My frontal lobe wasn't developed. I wish I thought things through properly. I wish I thought about myself, my future. I don't regret it because obviously I've learned like amazing lessons. Everything's a lesson, not a mistake. But
buckle up, bitches. It's gonna get bumpy. This is the breakup diet.
would I do it again in my 20s? Probably not.
Did you have like a big wedding or anything?
Yeah. We had
That's
like
so
a massive
fun.
like 500 people wedding, yeah.
I never knew that. That's so fun. Did you have like a massive gown and everything?
Oh my god, yeah. I'll show you the pictures after, actually. I've never shown you.
Because Ilma and I, obviously if you've listened to the first episodes, we met at Ilma's divorce party. So
As you do.
I knew that Ilma's been married, but I don't actually know anything about it.
No, we've never actually talked about it in depth.
No.
But yeah, I wouldn't do it. Not in my
But
early
why?
20s.
Just because you're so young?
I think, I was so young. It's a big responsibility to have to be able to look after a partner. Financially, it's a big responsibility as well because, you're putting in two assets together.
Yeah, that's so scary. Did you guys like have a house together or something?
No, luckily no, because I just wasn't ready for it, which is crazy because I thought I was ready for a marriage at the time, but I wasn't ready for a mortgage.
Yeah, how's that work? You're like, not my finances, but...
Yeah, but for love.
But for love, for the big wedding.
Yeah.
Where was your wedding?
It was in Bangladesh.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
What's it like? Sorry, this is a side topic.
No,
but I want
it's
to know.
no, it's really fun. Really, really fun. And you get looked after so well there. Yeah.
So
Great
cool.
food, great atmosphere.
When I think of getting married when I'm young, this might be different for everyone, but I think it's because people are just so infatuated with each other and they just can't wait, so they just do it. Is that why you got married, do you think?
Oh my gosh, that's 100% it. We were both under 25. The
you're that young.
infatuation. Yeah, we were babies. The infatuation was at an all-time high. The frontal lobe wasn't developed. We didn't really think through our future properly. We were just like, that's it. We're it for each other. That's it.
To be fair, I would probably get married young. I'd get married if I got asked probably tomorrow. Is that bad? But not for the good reason. But I would probably be like, yeah, party.
Oh, the wedding is fun. I mean, that's probably why I want to get married again, just for the wedding. I don't know if I want to be married again, but a wedding?
And some big rock.
I miss wearing it. I miss having it.
Did you go out and just put your hand on the table?
When I first had the ring, I'd be like,
the weather, that glass over there.
yeah, can I have an apple?
So if you haven't guessed today, we're going to be talking about how to date after divorce because Ilma is a young lady who has actually had that happen and she's okay.
Yeah. You would think going through such a traumatic experience like that you wouldn't survive.
Yeah.
Or I think back when I was married, couldn't even imagine what life would be like as a divorced person.
Yeah.
But it happens, you go through it and you move on and you're fine. That is probably the best takeaway out of my experience is that no matter what happens, I'll be fine on my own.
Would you say that you were quite a dependent person or independent?
I was independent in that I always wanted to keep my job and, do my own thing. But emotionally, I was very dependent. I would kind of harp on him.
What does that mean? Just like
leech. Yeah, I was very clingy. And I think shortly after divorcing and being single, I would leech off friends.
Always have to be with somebody?
Yeah, I would be clingy with my friends. I would have to make sure that I'd be doing something every night and make sure I wasn't alone. Because I needed someone to fill that void that I was missing from my ex-husband.
Was that for a long period after that you had that?
Yeah, a year.
So you just wouldn't want to be alone at home at all? Even if you weren't doing anything, as long as you were with someone, it was fine? Or you had to be like out?
With someone.
Okay.
So like even doing like basic errands by myself the first couple of months, I couldn't do it without my flatmate being there.
Oh.
And not even like her just like coddling me and like doing things with me. It's just I needed to feel another presence in the house. Because it's scary going from like having someone all over you than nothing.
I feel like with a breakup even, so obviously this is another level, but the first 2 weeks is fine because your friends are all around.
Yeah.
They're always there. But then after that, people kind of move on with their life and get a bit more distant, and then you'll actually feel alone.
Yeah.
Did that happen?
Oh my God, of course. That was such a hard adjustment. And I would kind of try and make more friends on social media just so I'd have new friends to hang out with consistently.
Yeah.
And like keep recycling the same story over and over again.
Oh, so you could talk about it with them.
Yeah, non-stop.
That's actually, it's quite fun when you start being friends with a new person. It's like an easy topic to bring up. And then you like bond over this because they're like, oh my God, no way this happened to you.
Yeah, because like I know I went through a divorce, but because I didn't have kids or a house with him, my divorce kind of felt like a big painful breakup.
So you were together for like a while and then it happened?
Yeah, 5 years.
Oh my gosh, you were married for the 5 years? Or
Married for 3 years.
if you did have those things, it would have been way worse.
Way worse, and it would have made the like
Harder.
legal process harder as well because I would have had to stay in touch with him for a lot longer as opposed to, you know, it was such a quick process and I was able to kind of initiate no contact with him immediately.
Yeah.
Basically, I told him, look, wish you all the best. I don't want to hear from you ever again.
Were you able to actually move on that fast or no? Because that must, although it sounds very good, like having a clean break, it also must be quite hard to actually like stomach that.
Oh my God, the first 3 months, Yaz.
Because I don't think I would believe it. Even if stuff was bad or whatever,
Yeah.
you know what? I don't think I would actually believe it until maybe 2 months in, and then you're like, oh my God.
So much was happening when we separated because our lease was ending for our apartments. I had to find a new place. So I was going through that whirlwind of finding a new flatmate. So like to find a random to live with.
Did you find it random?
Yeah. So imagine going from living with the love of your life to a complete stranger from Facebook. I honestly, luckily I hit jackpot and like she was nice, but
that takes balls of steel. Sorry, but that takes balls of steel. I couldn't do that. I would probably live alone for a little bit and then...
I couldn't afford to live alone.
Yeah, true, London's so expensive.
London is so expensive, so having to go from that and then processing the fact that, oh, he's no longer in my life, it was really, really hard. And I think I would use dating as a distraction from how hard it was.
How long after that did you find that you're okay, even if it was a distraction, to go on these dates?
It took me a year. It took me a good year for me to go on these dates. Like literally every first date, I'd be like, just so you know, I'm divorced. I'm not looking for anything serious, but I'm really clingy.
That was going to be one of my questions. I was going to say, do you bring it up on the first date?
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Now still?
Oh, it's on my Raya profile.
Why do you have that on your Raya profile?
So basically my bio says 3 truths and a lie, and one of the truths is that I'm divorced. No one gets it, but it's funny.
Yeah, that is funny. That is funny. What are the other ones?
I can't swim, which is also a truth.
At all. Okay, so you just paddle. No, you can't paddle.
I just waddle
you
like
just
a
stand.
duck. And then the third, the lie, is that I skipped a grade.
So everyone thinks that you skipped a grade?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you're like, no.
It's a swimming.
If you didn't have it in your bio, and if they didn't ask, would you tell them on the first date now?
Now? Yeah, I think I would, just because I naturally tend to ask people on the first date, like, what are you looking for?
On the first date?
Yeah.
That's so... I've had that question.
That intense?
I've had that question once, and I was like, you're a freak. Sorry, but like, I was like, what do you mean what we're looking for? We're on a date, a first date. How am I meant to know what I'm looking for? Because I don't know you.
But it's more like, what stage in your life are you at?
Yeah, but someone's not really going to tell you, probably. Oh, yeah, like, I'm looking for 6 kids and a Range Rover.
Oh, yeah, I would run.
Or if they're like, oh, yeah, I just want to go around and have a couple shags.
Ooh, Ooh.
I don't know why I said
Eek.
shags, but you know what I mean.
No, both ends of the spectrum are an ick.
Don't ask somebody, what are you looking for?
Yeah, but maybe it's like cuter when a girl asks, like, oh, like, what are you looking for?
No, it's giving me pick me.
Oh. And I'm not getting picked.
You are getting picked.
Where's the ring?
You had the ring. You just
I had it, then I didn't get picked anymore.
Did you? What happened to it? Did you give it away after?
It's at home in Australia.
What is the actual thing you're meant to do after that? Because
Have you seen that Emrata made another ring
Divorce
out of
ring,
it?
yeah.
She made a divorce ring out
That's
of that. My rock isn't big enough. Because she had 2 huge rocks. I just had like one semi-rock. I don't know whether to like make it a necklace or...
And then if you wear it, you're like...
I don't
maybe...
want the sentiment of my past.
Yeah, maybe it's giving you evil eye.
I think so too. I think it's just bad juju.
Yeah, I get that. But if it's a really nice big rock and you get divorced, I would make something out of it.
It's a tricky one.
Is there like an etiquette on it? Do you know?
I don't think there is.
See, I don't think I would give it back.
Yeah, he didn't
I
ask
think
for
it's
that.
a bit weird. Honestly, like I get it if it's a family heirloom or something, then obviously okay.
Yeah.
Fine.
For sure. That's an
But
easy option.
otherwise, sorry, that's like giving you a gift and then taking it back. You can't do that. Don't care.
Exactly. But at the same time, you've kept it. What now?
I'm going to make it into something.
Would you?
Or pawn it and get lots of money for it.
Fair enough.
I don't know. You could probably put it in a different setting and like have some like
Yeah.
sapphire cross diamond.
Any ideas?
Maybe some like earrings or something. Something not like, I don't know, a necklace is too close to my heart.
Oh, that's so true. Okay, you've given me ideas. I know what I'm doing this summer with my ring.
So once you got divorced and everything, did you ever have a moment where you realised, whoa, I'm single? Like something that really stuck out to you?
When I first went out as a single person, that's when I'm like, oh, I can actually reciprocate all this attention I'm getting. Like, there's no law telling me not to now.
Yeah.
I am free. I'm single. I'm gonna talk to everyone. I'm gonna get with anyone now. There's no consequences. No one needs to know.
Do you go out a lot when you had your husband or no?
Yeah, we did.
But you went out together?
Yeah, we
Okay.
did, yeah.
But would you go out alone ever or no?
Not really, unless it was for my friends' birthdays.
That must be weird then going from that. Was that like a while after that you had that experience?
2 days after. 48 hours after.
You were like, I can flirt with you.
I can do anything I want. And it was just so nice to exercise that power after, 5 years?
Yeah.
So, I don't know if I've told you this, but he was my only partner for my entire 20s.
Oh my
So,
gosh.
when I was separated, it was my first time ever in my 20s where I experienced single life. Ever.
You must have gone nuts.
I went insane. Are you kidding me? The first 6 months, I would be out.
And I don't blame you. I would be out too.
Like the day he left, I was out. My best friends from Australia came to visit me the day after he left. And it was like, I'm getting with you. You're coming home. You're coming home.
Oh my God.
It was like a rotating
Single
door.
girl
Genuinely,
era.
that apartment, by the end of the 3 weeks, has seen some hellish things.
Yeah, that's what you needed though. To get you out
It
of
was
that.
amazing.
Did you have a depression session after though?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what happens. You see, it's fun going out. It's all fun and games. You're having so much fun until you break, and then you get the depression session.
Oh my God, the crash was bad.
Yeah, because then you think like how lonely you are.
Oh my God, yeah, because that was when my friends left, and that was when I moved into my new apartment with a new person. What now? Because I never thought that at age, 27, I'd be divorced.
So you obviously would tell those boys straight away that you're divorced.
When I first started,
Would they? What was their most common question they asked?
they would just be like, what? What were you doing getting married in your 20s? And I'm like, I don't know, I believed in love.
Okay, so they were just more like, what? It wasn't like,
Yeah.
how long or anything.
Yeah. It was more just in shock.
Okay. Because that I could imagine could be awkward if they're like, how long? And you're like, 2 days ago. Anything that like positive came out of being like divorced? Besides maybe getting your independence, obviously.
I think it's helped me become more patient with love and not date to marry, if that makes sense. A lot of people like date with an intention to be in a long-term relationship and then to get a dog and then to get engaged and then get married. They all have this set vision. I don't have that anymore. I don't date for forever now, which is kind of sad because I don't believe in forever anymore.
Oh no.
The more and more I've dated, the more I've realized that men don't date for forever. 10 years ago, it was normal to, you know, after dating a year, you get engaged and...
Well, like 3 years, maybe, not a year.
Yeah.
A year's a lot.
No, but like at least 3 years. Now it's like people just have this situationship for years and then maybe they become official and then... But then someone cheats or... Oh, that's just... It's like a grim thing that I've learned in dating now.
No, I think there is a forever. I think it's just you have to meet the right person.
Do you think?
Yeah. I think there's people for everybody, and obviously certain people work better than others. Mm-hmm. But I don't think that everybody has a soul mate.
We're just destined to have multiple people now.
No, I don't think you're destined to have multiple people. I think that you can...
Have connections with more than one.
Yeah. When you like had your divorce and everything, did you find it hard to date again?
If I'm being honest, I think my walls are pretty high. I'm very guarded. So I kind of go into dating in like a fun, haha, this isn't forever mindset. I don't go in seriously. I don't give anyone too much. I just make people laugh. I don't really open up much. Yes, I like talk about my divorce and laugh about it, but I don't get
more
vulnerable.
surface level for you, even. So you think your whole perception of like love has changed?
Definitely, and I think I'm a bit scared.
Yeah, I would be scared too. And how did you cope with like that feeling of, obviously you haven't, but what people would perceive as being like a failure?
That's, I think, still to this day a very tough pill to swallow. Because it is kind of embarrassing. Yes, like I'm in my 20s and I couldn't keep a man. Like I couldn't keep my marriage together. It's such a shitty reflection on you. And I have days where I beat myself up on it. Then I have other days where I like embrace it. And I'm telling people, oh my gosh, no, like life's not over after a divorce. I'm having so much fun. Look at me. Because I am.
Yeah. But I believe that. I don't think you should look at it being 20 and divorce and all this. I feel like you are so young, and obviously you guys did it being so young. It's not a reflection of you. And I don't think it's a failure to get divorced. Fuck it. If I'm going to be unhappy, I'm going to be like, sayonara.
Yes,
like, get out of here.
I think if anything, it's more powerful to walk away and say, no, this isn't for me.
Yeah, because lots of people stay in things so long because they're too scared to walk away, even though they know it's not right.
Yeah.
I think it actually takes such balls to be like, no, this isn't right for me. I got to get out and stick with it, because so many people don't do that, full stop.
Yeah, no, it's definitely like an admirable thing. It's a superpower that no one can take away from me.
And it's interesting that you say that people don't seem to put shame on you being divorced.
Yeah. Maybe the times have changed. Because maybe 10 years ago, the stigma of divorce was quite real. It used to be very scandalous in any community. Now I feel it just happens.
Do you think divorce happens more now than it used to?
Oh my God, definitely.
Why? Because of like social media, because of there's so many more options. Do you think people are getting married younger, or what? Why do you think there is?
I think because we just don't have to put up with bullshit anymore. I'm gonna get really like political and feminist, but back in the day when people were married for long term, it was genuinely because women needed a man to be able to own land, to open a bank account. Because now we don't actually really need a man to do those things. We don't have to put up with shitty men anymore. You know, I have my job. I have my own bank account. I can buy a property if I wanted to.
Yeah.
20 years ago, 30 years ago, in the 90s, I probably wouldn't have been able to, and I probably would have stuck it out.
So now
you just don't have to. You don't have to put up with stuff that doesn't serve you.
Then you're just like, see ya.
Yeah, basically, bye, boy, bye.
It's good and it's bad too. It's good in the space of like, if something does go wrong and you're not happy and you want to get out of it, you can be like that.
You've got the option and you'll be fine.
But I just feel like people don't look at marriage the same way either,
100%,
which I think is sad.
100%.
Because it's obviously a bit easier to get out of stuff. Obviously, it's harder when you have kids and properties and all this sort of thing.
Yeah.
But because it is easier now with like getting out of it, moving on, all this sort of thing, that marriage kind of has lost its
sanctity. It's, you know, the whole foreverness of marriage I don't think exists anymore, because everyone around me who's been married has been divorced. Like, I've seen so many divorces in the last 5 years, including myself.
How long after when they got married?
Some was like within a year, some was 10 years, some was 40 years.
So you can't see like any correlation in it?
No, it's just when people have had enough, they're done.
For me, I would be thinking that no matter how many arguments you have, you keep trying to make it work.
Yeah, I think some people just have that fight in them and some people just don't. You know, some people can just fight to fix their marriage.
So you know how you said you told the boys all this, like that you're married and divorced. Did you ever have an experience where somebody wasn't nice about it? Did you ever have a bad reaction?
In dating, never. But I used to make TikToks about my divorce and I would get negative comments.
How did you deal with like all those negative comments? Did you just not read them, or?
I would read them, but I would also kind of roll my eyes and be like,
you don't know.
I'm happy.
Yeah.
You're clearly not happy if you're being miserable in my comment section. I'm happy.
So Emma, do you think that having a divorce party and like celebrating something that's seen as being like a failure, was that like a massive thing that you needed to do to move on?
Definitely. It was for me to kind of reclaim my status as a divorced person in a positive way. And also for me to just end this chapter in a fun way, celebrating it with all my friends who were there for me throughout the worst. Without it, I think I would have felt a bit like, oh, where am I in life? Now I'm like, okay, that's done. I'm in a new chapter now. I'm in a new era now. I'm single. I've semi-healed.
How did you come up with this idea? Because like that was my first
Was it your first divorce party?
That was my first time I'd been to one. And I remember I posted on my story. Like, I posted obviously Ilma looking amazing. But then also like all the cakes she had. So she had like cupcakes and like, not cupcake, biscuits.
Biscuits, yeah.
Being like,
legally single AF.
Yeah.
I had a tiara that said divorced. I had sash that said no wife, no life, and happily divorced.
It was like at a wedding, you know, because it obviously at the wedding you like change, you know, dresses from long to short, and all this. Ilma did that too.
And we had dances as well.
Yeah. It was so good.
Yeah.
And speeches.
Oh my gosh, yeah. It was just the best event ever. And I think we need to normalize celebrating heartbreak. Can we not have breakup parties?
Breakup parties. But
please?
After the first 2 weeks when it gets dull, and then you need to have a breakup party.
I think we should have a breakup party. Come in like all black in a veil. Mourn the relationship.
That's actually so fun. If I go through a breakup, I'm going to do that.
Well, you know who to call to organize it. I've got the experience. It's such a nice way to mentally just be like, okay, that's an end of the chapter.
Also, like letting all the boys know that you're back on the market.
We need to make it a thing now.
How do you stop yourself, obviously, just being okay to be vulnerable with other boys?
Oh,
or do you think you haven't been vulnerable?
I haven't hit that stage yet where I can be vulnerable. I can't lie, I haven't been dating this year at all. I've just kind of had an end.
Do you think it's because you're scared to have like that rejection again?
Definitely. Because imagine I celebrate my divorce and I get broken up with, and then I'm mourning that for 6 months.
Yeah, and
then I'm expected to go date again. I don't have it in me. I'm really messed up, yes.
No, but fair enough. That would be so hard. Rejection is just hard, full stop.
It's a lot. And I think my ego is so bruised that I don't have it in me to put myself out there and be vulnerable because I'm terrified. The healing process was long. I needed 2 therapists, antidepressant, 5 million girls trips.
If you didn't meet anybody on those girls trips or out, for example, how did that make you feel?
I would feel very deflated when I wouldn't meet people. Even though I'm not looking to date or anything, the fact that sometimes I wouldn't get attention, I'd be like,
why?
What?
Yeah.
What's wrong with me? Do I have the letter D for divorced on my forehead?
It's hard because even if you don't want something serious,
You still want validation.
you still wanna be
It's really
liked.
icky. So sometimes I'd meet people in person, we'd exchange Instagrams or whatever, and when I'd see they'd view my story and not like it, I would feel this stinging rejection, which makes no sense because I don't want them to begin with. But then why do I care for that kind of interaction?
Is that something that you had before you got divorced or only after?
After, in recent times, yearning for that validation is so icky to me. I'm getting the self-ick.
Do you think that's just come from being divorced?
Oh no, I think that just comes from being insecure.
Oh. Do you have any, so say you're dating now, do you have any non-negotiables?
It's important that they have a job. Like, unemployed men is not a thing.
You're like, I ain't looking for charity.
Yeah, no.
And if you're on a first date, do you have any like tips for going on a first date to make them like you?
Okay, this is like a really niche tip and probably something you don't expect, but buy Listerine mouth strips.
Why, you're
When you-
snogging them on the first date?
Just to have fresh breath.
Don't you brush your teeth before you leave though?
Not really.
I always brush my teeth
Before you leave for dinner and stuff.
For a date, yeah. Brush my teeth and then you put the black charcoal.
Yeah.
It's like a powder. And it makes your teeth look ultra white.
Oh my god, okay, I want to do that with the Listerine breath strips. So, like ultra pearly white teeth, fresh breath.
So that way, if you're making out with them, like Ilma is on her first dates, then you
Never
can.
know. Never know.
Have you ever had somebody on a first date just straight up go to kiss you?
No, God, no. That's weird.
Yeah.
Have you?
Yeah, it's weird. I literally had to dodge. Wow! Like this.
Like
No
he
joke.
greets you with a lip kiss.
No, didn't greet me with a lip kiss, but after like probably 1 minute and a half of talking.
Oh my god.
Maybe 2. Okay, I'll give him 2.
Oh my god.
Whoa!
That's a lot.
Steady on!
Yikes.
It was bad. It was really bad. I can't lie. So you don't have any hacks of like trying to get a boy to like you? And
Ooh, I know a hack. Actually, I know a hack. Okay, so basically when I first used to start dating, I would tell people from the get-go, I'm not looking for anything serious. Men don't like being told that. So then they go, no, that's my call to make. I'm going to make you like me. I'm going to make you exclusive with me.
Really?
Yeah, so tell them something and they'll do the opposite.
You see, I don't think I could do that because then if I like them and I'm going on dates with them, then I'd be like, it'd be obvious that I like them too much.
I know, but then just use your words, assert with your words, and they'll just go crazy because they can't handle rejection. Evil.
Evil. What would I do on a first date? I mean, you have to read the audience and then have to answer properly, depending on what you think that they might like. So if they mention something about family, then you know like that they're close to their family. So then you've got to mention stuff about family.
Yeah, you've got to mirror them.
You've got to mirror them in some way, you know?
Yeah.
And ask, also on a first date, I just ask loads of questions so I don't speak that much.
Yeah, same.
Straight away, ask you something right back at you. And then you go when they're...
Give me the answer, I'll ask it back with a question.
Yeah, and then if they're even like halfway through, you like look at them and then you like, oh yeah? Tell me a bit more about that part, actually.
Yeah.
Bang. Don't have to say anything.
Yeah. That's how you keep your walls up, guys.
And okay, so you know how you say that you get divorced on your first date, but do you elaborate on it?
No, I never tell these new men what happened ever, because they'll use it as ammunition.
Yeah, true.
Instead, I just go, oh my gosh, no, like we had a really nice couple of years together. It was really great. That's it.
And they just let it go.
Yeah. I'm not giving anyone
secrets.
any ammunition. Hell nah.
Yeah, because then imagine you got in an argument.
And they go, this is why they divorced you and they did this to you. Yeah.
When people bring up the other stuff.
Yeah.
To be fair, I probably bring up stuff
No,
too.
I would too, because I'm petty like that.
Yeah, I do too. Like,
Yeah.
this is why.
This is why your girlfriend cheated on you. Because he suck.
Yeah, but boys aren't allowed to do that.
No,
basically.
no.
Especially
Different
if you think-
standards.
How do you make yourself not feel like your divorce is a failure?
I'm embracing it for what it is, in that, look, I get to experience something so traumatic very early on in my life. I'm now equipped with this life experience, I'm now better prepared for my next relationship. I know exactly what not to do, what to do.
What do you mean?
Just in terms of relationships, like how to care for your partner, what not to do to piss them off.
What do you do not to piss them off? Maybe I need to know this because my boyfriend seems to get very pissed off with me all the time.
I've understood the power of calm and patience through this experience. Okay. I was not a patient or a calm person. I was very bratty. Dare someone touch my stuff, I'd be like, how dare you? Like, what's wrong? That's mine. And that's what this lesson's taught me. That nothing is actually truly within your control, and let go.
2 years on, if you saw him now, would you be fine?
Hell no. No. No, I will run away, die. I will melt. No. God,
and
no.
You haven't never seen him since?
No.
You kind of would want to, but kind of don't want to too. Like, I know you don't want to. But
you have these twisted fantasies. You do have these twisted fantasies, but when it comes down to it, I would never.
And you didn't live in the same place after.
No.
Because your lease was running out.
Yeah.
That's very lucky, because I feel like if you walked into the house that you, or the apartment that you used to live in with him, and you weren't with him anymore, you'd probably feel so much more lonely. Is there any misconception that people have with divorce?
Like, we are so fine. We're not damaged.
No.
I'm not a failure. I'm a superhuman. I went through all of that by myself as a baby in her 20s. Heartbreak is always a superpower. It's actually the most beautiful thing to ever happen to your self-development.
Because did you have a reboot then?
Yeah, oh my gosh, I've made so many new friends. I've met you. We're doing this. I'm working on all these other projects. I've just gained the entire world. I've lost nothing. Heartbreak is not a bad thing. And this goes to all breakups as well. Like, there's nothing to be afraid of after it happens.
Well, thanks, Ilma, for answering all these questions.
This has been so, like, healing. It was like therapy. Triple therapized.
Anyway, thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys.